Hello, everyone. This is the Python Menaces, and today we are presenting our prototype for our Comet Track application. So, starting off first, this is a quick UI flowchart refresher. This is focusing on managing your regular comics in your collection. It starts off with the main screen that displays all comics, acts as the central hub. From here, the user can choose three actions: add comic, edit comic, or delete comic. The add comic button leads to an add comic screen with input fields, and that includes two buttons. Um, the edit comic button also just lets you edit the fields for the comics. The delete comic button leads to a delete confirmation screen and asks the user to confirm deletion with two options before deleting the comic. Up next, we have our design class diagram. This builds on our domain class diagram by adding more implementation detail. It still includes the main classes in our system, which are collector, series, issue, and collection item. But now it also shows attributes with visibility and methods and describe what each class can do. For example, the collector class can add or remove collection items, and the collection item class can update quantity or condition. This diagram helps move the project from analysis into actual system design by showing how the object in the system will behave.
Up next, we have the database schema diagram. Our database schema shows how the data in our system is organized into tables and how those tables are connected using primary and foreign keys. The collector table stores user information, while the series and issue store comic data. The collection item table links a collector to the comics they own and includes additional details like quantity and condition. Foreign keys help maintain relationships between the tables and ensure data integrity. For the package diagram shows how the comic track system is organized into major layers and groups related components based on their responsibilities. The UI package contains the user interface where users interact with the system. The application layer contains controllers that handle user requests and pass them through the appropriate logic. The system logic package contains the main services that manage collectors, comic catalog information, and collection data. And finally, the persistent package contains the repositories that store and retrieve data.
We're going to be looking over some of the UI design choices right now. So we've only done the first three UI designs, which is for the login, create account, and recover account. We want to kind of focus on a mobile development approach to it, which is why we're using these sort of mobile-like features. The first UI design shows how to, create an account and log into an account. The second diagram shows how to create an account. We're thinking of using maybe two-factor authentication with phones, but we're going to see how hard it is to implement. So it's a maybe on that part. And the third one is for recovering accounts. So if we do implement two-factor authentication, this is the point in which we would have a contact account number, and then we can recover an account like that. For our next slide, we're going to be going over the functional prototype. So we have two prototypes that we're going to be taking a look at. I'm going to be presenting the functional prototype, and Jaime is going to be presenting the visual prototype. So the first thing we're going to do is go over into our home page, which is Comet Track. We're going to need some work on the CSS and the cascading style sheets before we update here. And keep in mind, this is the functional prototype. So the first thing we're going to do is look at view comics, add comics, edit comics, delete comics, view wishlists, add wishlists, edit wishlists, and delete wishlists. In the future, I want to optimize this so that these are in drop-down menus so that you can just choose to view the comics itself or the wish list, and then from there, you can just edit things onto their own. But for the sake of simplicity, I've put them all on their own page. So as you can see, we already have one comic here down, which is Ender's Game. The genre is science fiction. The author is Orson Scott Card, and the series and publisher number are both 1. Here we can go to add. So we'll say a different book. We'll call it 1984 by George Orwell. Hold up. Oh, genre science fiction. Sorry. Just a second. Science fiction. The author is George Orwell. And we'll say 2 and 2. And we're going to have a little alert that our comic has been added. If we go over to view comics, it'll be updated. So for the moment, it's all hosted in local storage. So if Jaime did the prototype on his end, right, it wouldn't show any of this so far. So we're going to work with the database, probably MySQL, to keep things between users. If we want to edit a comic, I want to improve this right now. Right now, you have to search for it manually. There's no drop-down menu, which can make it a little bit annoying to go between this one and this one. But if we go into edit comic, we can click Ender's Game here. And it's going to ask us what the new genre is, right? So we'll just say science fiction for now. Orson Scott Card. Let's say it was actually Orson Scott, I don't know, Park. We can edit that right there. Series number, we'll keep it 1, and publisher, we'll keep it 1. So it's now been updated. If we go back to view comics, we can see that the author is now Orson Scott Park. So for delete comics, it's a little bit the same thing where we have to search for them. Keep in mind, I do want to update this. It's a little bit not as functional as I would like it to be. And we can delete it. And if we go back into view comics, we can see it's now been deleted. So our wish list at the moment is empty, but we can add to it. For the wish list, we only need 2 things for the moment. And the reason we're doing this is because if you're adding something to your wish list, you probably don't know every information about it. You don't know all these details. You don't know the condition it can be in. So we'll say 1984 limited edition. And for the genre, it's also science fiction. And when we add it, we can go into our wish list, and it's right here. We can also go into the edit wish list, which is a little bit of the same thing, but it only applies to the wish list function itself. So 1984 limited edition. And title, genre. And if we go back to our wish list, it should be there. We can also delete items from our wish list. So 1984 limited edition. Here we go. It should be deleted now. And it's gone. So now we're going to go over into the visual prototype. So there you go. Jaime, if you can present that.
All right. Here's our comic track visual prototype. Chris demoed how it will work, and this is how one of the ideas we have for the UI, a functional UI that's a little bit more easier to the user, and presented in a better way. Here we have view item. You can see it's going to show my collection, and then this is just a demo comic to show the UI. We have the Amazing Spider-Man number 300, and you can see the item details of this comic. You can see the author, the publisher, and the release date. You can see the condition of the comic, the quantity, and when it was added. The series info, which is the Amazing Spider-Man, genre, and publisher. And then the issue detail, and then the condition of the item. Here you're going to be able to edit item, delete item, or go back to the collection. When you add an item, you're going to be asked the series title, the genre, the publisher, and then the issue details. You can click numbers of issue, author, and then we have a calendar for the release date. For condition, we have mint, near mint, very fine, fine, very good, good, fair, and poor. And we also have a calendar for when we added this item to the collection. And then we can do notes. Special edition signed by the author. We're going to be able to save to the collection and update in real time. Then we can go to modify item. We have the same item as before. We can modify the name, choose another name. Maybe we made a mistake. We can modify the genre, the publisher, the issue number, the author, the release date. Maybe we hit a different year by mistake. Maybe it was published on February 1990. The condition and the notes. And finally, for our demo, we have delete item. This is one of the ideas of how it could look. We're going to delete the Amazing Spider-Man number 300, and it will warn us. This item will permanently delete the collection item record. We have to type delete to delete it. So this prevents accidental deletions. And then we're going to be able to click delete item, and then it's going to be gone from the collection. this is just one of the ideas we have for the UI. I think this looks pretty. It's easy to use, and our client is gonna be happy with this.
And that was our presentation for Module 3.2, Design Phase, Creating a Prototype. This has been Jaime Delgado, George Camacho, and Christopher Robles Serrano. Thank you.